In high school my friends and I were messing around with a Ouija board one night. We had played with it before and nothing remarkable had ever happened. Usually, we would try and scare each other or our girlfriends. We all thought it was a joke. That night there was no one else home except the seven of us and we found ourselves huddled around the board surrounded by flickering candlelight. This time was different. We started asking the board questions. At first, it didn't seem like anything was happening. But then, the planchette started moving, almost as if it had a life of its own. Its speed was startling. It began to spell out words, although sometimes with spelling mistakes, but the answers were really accurate. It gave answers that seemed really historically accurate for our town, things we neither knew or cared about. I remember my own hand trembling a bit, but when I looked up, I was glad to see I was not the only one shaking in fear. The board was giving us information that we didn't know. It was like it was reading our minds. The spirit claimed it was a 10-year-old boy who had died on the property in the 1800s and was buried there in an unmarked grave. We were all starting to freak out because the board had never been so detailed and consistent. However, we were still skeptical and we were all assuming one of us was trying to scare the rest. Finally, my friend asked if the spirit could do something to prove he was there with us. It went to yes and then spelled out, knocking, then the planchette stopped moving. We just all stared at it silently and then suddenly there was a loud knock 3 times on the window right next to us. The lights were on outside and there was absolutely no one out there. Needless to say, we never touched that Ouija board again.